Hey everybody, we're back again here. Today we're going to write an equation which is perpendicular to a given equation, given line represented by the equation, and containing a random point. So here's the equation we're going to begin with, and we want to write an equation that is perpendicular, well, whose line is perpendicular to this, and contains this point, sort of a random point, 1, 2. So first thing is we need the slope. So what is the slope of this line? Well, you can find it a couple ways. You could generate a couple ordered pairs and use your change in y over change in x slope formula, or you can just solve it for y, which is what I'm going to do. 3x plus a 4. So just adding that 3x brings it over to this side. Divide by 2, and you'll get this. Okay, now I'm only interested in this 3/2 here. That's the number I want. I need this number, because I know that my slope for the line that's perpendicular will be negative 2/3, the negative reciprocal of this slope for this line. When lines have this characteristic for their slopes where they're negative reciprocals of each other, then those two lines will turn out to be perpendicular. So second step, we'll say step 2, we need to write the equation. So I'm going to go with y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. That's our standard point slope form. That's a point slope form. So I put in my numbers here, and I'm going to use this 2, and my slope is negative 2/3, x minus, and in this case I want the 1 over here. Okay, so that's the 1, 2 that came up here. Then I'll need to straighten this out a little bit. I think I'll solve it for y. Add a 2 to both sides, so add that 2. And I'll do some expansion here, negative 2/3 x by distributing, and a 2/3 here. So distributing across here gives me that, and I have a 2. Okay, now that's negative 2/3 x, and you put these two numbers together, that makes actually 8/3. Okay, because that 2 is just 6/3. So here's my equation in slope-intercept form, and as you can see, the slope is a negative reciprocal of the other line. You might want to multiply everything by 3. Whoops, let me get rid of that. Okay. 3 times everything. 3 times the negative 2/3 x plus 8/3. So what that does is it gets rid of these fractions for us. Okay, notice when you distribute what happens to those 3's. And then if you add a 2x to both sides, just add that 2x and add it over here. Unlike terms, so we just write it this way, you will get this. And that is a good way to leave your answer in so-called standard form. Whoops. Standard form. Okay, and the form that we had down here, this form here, that was, remember, that's called the point, sorry, not point, get rid of that, it's not point. Its special name was the slope-intercept form. Okay, that's what's meant by the slope-intercept form, because you can see the slope, which we call m, it's negative 2/3, and we can see the intercept, which is, we call that b, which implies that we have this point 0.8/3 as our y-intercept. There's a lot of information in there. But that's it for now. That was probably an overload for some of us here, including myself. Okay. So anyway, if you have any other questions or anything, if you want to post those to discussion boards, or just email me if you have something that you need explained, then see you then.